Okay, so this is the third video, and as you can see, he's already eaten pretty much the entire rat except for the rat's hind legs. You can see the hind legs right back there. I have to be very careful not to freak him out because we don't want him to stop eating now, because that'd be a bad thing. So he's going to take in the last few bites, and the rat, you'll be able to see the rat actually inside of his body, and he's using all of his constricting muscles to pull that rat inside of his body. See, so now you can see that's the money shot right there. So you can see there's Rocky, and I'm going to ask Chris to step back a little bit because there we go. And so there you see the rat's legs and the rat's tail, and Rocky doing his best to pull him inside. Like I said, this is the very first time that he's eaten a large rat. So this is a large rat. He's eaten medium rats before, and he did a great job. I'm feeding Rocky about every 2 weeks. Now for a ball python, that's about right. And the fact that this is winter and it's not quite as warm down here, I was kind of surprised to actually see him eat this week. But he eats about once every 2 weeks, and I try to feed him on Fridays. Well, actually, I try to feed him on Thursdays, because then nobody can touch him on Friday, but then Chris and Gabe can handle him again starting on Saturday. So that kind of makes the whole weekend available for holding him. So you can see that he's now eaten all the way down, including his legs, and now all he's got left to do is just the tail. So the tail is the last piece, and Chris is okay. There you go. Can you see that, Chris? You can see, look in the iPhone. See it? And one thing you don't want, Spencer, is you don't want any distractions when this happens. So I've taken the dogs and I've locked them up because they can't come down here. So I'll describe what's going to happen after this. I'm going to let him fully eat the rat. He's going to eat the tail. The tail's going to disappear. And I'm going to let him take the rat and actually put him somewhere like in the middle of his body. So in other words, you don't want to put him back into the aquarium right away. You want to make sure that you give him enough time to fully pull the rat into his stomach. And then what I do is I very gently will pick him up, and I'll put him back in his aquarium, and then I lock him up, and like I said, I don't touch him for the rest of the day. Nobody touches him, and you know that's what he's got. So now let me bring this over here, and I want to show you just a couple seconds worth of my aquarium setup. And so here's his aquarium setup. This is a 70-gallon tank, and this is it's called a hide, and we put the hide like that. And then if you come around here, you can see that he's kind of got a little bit of an elevated area so he can crawl up into his hide. And there's his water area, very important with ball pythons. You're probably going to get a corn snake, but corn snakes are going to have to make sure they have their water also. And what you see is I have this little, it's a fogger that I've got going on right now, and the fogger is meant to let moisture into Rocky's area. So you can see that the fog is kind of flowing over the water area, and it kind of rolls around inside the aquarium. So Rocky has got two different heaters. He's got this heater right here on top of the lid, and that's got a ceramic heating element in it. I bought one of those and I sent it to you today. And then back on the back of the aquarium, and by the way, this is not required. This is just optional for me. But on the back of the aquarium, I have this. It's a base heater, and it's kind of glued onto the back of the aquarium. And so I've got Rocky in our basement, and our basement's pretty cold. And so I'm giving him two forms of heat. At your house, probably just the heater up on top, this unit right here, will probably be enough. And then I just wanted to show you one last thing before I have to say goodbye. This is the locking mechanism, and what happens when this lid comes over here, I take this lock and it goes up like that, and then this lock sort of goes inside. I know you can't see this, but this lock goes inside of there, and it keeps them from getting out. And we want to make sure that our snakes don't get out, because people may freak out. So now we're looking over here, and there's Chris. Chris, say hi.
Hi.
And then there's Rocky, and you can see that he's fully eaten this rat. He did a great job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick him up. We have to be very gentle. We don't want to freak him out. And we're going to put him back in, and we're done. So, and now I'll go ahead and put the lid back on, and whenever you hold your snake, the last thing you do is you use hand disinfectant. Make sure you wash your hands with a hand disinfectant. So I keep a big, huge bottle of it, hand sanitizer, and Chris and Gabe and I and everybody that holds them has to make sure that they sanitize their hand afterwards. Again, there's his feeding bucket. We don't wash that. We leave it just that way, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it up, I'm going to put it in the storage room, and that's going to be it. So, Chris, say bye.
Bye. Bye, Spencer.
Bye, Spencer.
See you.
I'm so glad that your mom was okay with you getting a snake for Christmas, and I was so glad that I was able to do that for you. So, Merry Christmas. We all love you. Bye.